I'm Marc McGinnes. I'm sitting at the headquarters of the Community Environmental Council, and we're talking about the first Earth Day, talking about the beginning of the environmental movement. Well, I was a San Francisco resident when the Santa Barbara oil spill occurred, January 28th, 1969. And I got a call, I was a practicing lawyer, I got a call from Pete McCloskey, who was then in Congress and who had been a mentor to me throughout law school and for my first 2 years of law practice. And he mentioned the Santa Barbara oil spill and said, have you heard about this? And I said, yeah, I read about it. And he said, well, Mark, it's going to start a whole movement, and you would be perfect to be involved in it right now. You know, get down there. It's really going to take off. We're going to use this event to build an environmental movement, and there'll be a whole new field of law. He said, right now, I'm working on something called the National Environmental Policy Act, and it's going to change fundamentally the way government makes decisions that have an impact on the environment. Very important. You can be a pioneer in that field. This is for you, Mark. So when Pete called and said, this thing has happened and we're going to start a movement and we're going to take on those who desecrate the environment for profit, you know, we're going to take them on. And here's Pete who takes people on. I'm going, yeah, I'll jump on that ship right now. So I did. My wife was just about ready to give birth. And so we waited until she did give birth. And then I immediately packed everything up in the car, drove from San Francisco to Santa Barbara. And I then met people in Santa Barbara who were already at work in response to the Santa Barbara oil spill. And Pete's talking to me, and Pete says, well, what you need to do is you need to get organized so that we can kick off the movement from Santa Barbara. There's going to be an environmental movement. Right now I'm in Congress writing some things, but we are going to see, what we want to build is a national groundswell of citizen action. They allowed me to come in with them, and in fact, they helped to put me into a position to become the chair of this organizing committee to put on an event that was a precursor to Earth Day, which Pete was working hard on with Gaylord Nelson, Senator Nelson of Wisconsin.
So you had a conference at the 1-year anniversary of the oil spill, and there was an environmental Bill of Rights. Tell us about that.
So we asserted the right to a livable environment, the right to a decent environment, wherever we were, under any circumstances. And that then imposed the duty on the government to protect that right, to see to it that carelessness was not a part of the decision-making process. And Santa Barbara's disaster was a prime example of carelessness. You could see it clearly. Why were they drilling in this environment without sufficient casing? I mean, it was an open and shut case of negligence. The declaration called for the government to recognize the rights of citizens. Well, Earth Day is every day, and I've just been talking about how the first Earth Day occurred coming out of Santa Barbara in 1969. But every day truly is Earth Day, and the movement is strong, and we carry on. Younger people picking up the task that need the doing, and the elders giving their support. Keep on.